Hello, my dear students. So let us continue the lesson, evolution. Hope you got cleared about the first introduction part of this chapter about the origin of Earth and origin of universe. And in the origin of universe, where you have understood about the Big Bang theory, and later we also understood about the origin of Earth, where the UV rays has started to split the water molecules, and these water molecules, various elements have formed from these water molecules, and these substances later combined together to form the complex nucleotides, and that led into the formation of different forms of life. And as well as water was created, by which we can also support that the first form of life is started from the water itself. This is the story of origin of life. So there you understood that universe is, what is the age of universe? It is formed in the about 20 billion years old ago. Earth is formed around 4.5 billion years ago. Life is started to form around 4 billion years ago. Now next topic is about the theories of origin of life. It is about what are the theories for origin of life. So this topic explains you about the different scientists who develop their own ideologies and develop the different theories. Okay, so the theory which you are going to learn here are the theory of special creation, theory of panspermia, then the theory of spontaneous generation, and theory of chemical evolution. So in the first one, it is the theory of special creation. Along with the origin of universe, the gift of life also began, right? We can say that's a gift. The life is a gift itself, right? So along with the origin of universe, we got the gift of life, because of which you and I still alive today, right? You and I still alive today because of this life. And this life has began along with the universe, along with the origin of universe. So first theory, that is theory of special creation. So it's like some supernatural power has, we all believe some supernatural powers has created the life. So we have different religions on our earth. We know that we have different people believe on different God. So that God, they believe that that God has created this life. According to the Christian religion, in their chapter Genesis, where they mentioned about the first man and woman was the Adam and Eve. They were the first man and woman. Then according to Hindu mythology, it is Brahma is the creator, and first man and woman was the Manu and Shraddha. These were some of the ideologies at that period of time which supports the origin of life. But this was not evidently proved, so it was not accepted. Then next theory was a theory of panspermia. Okay, so according to the theory of special creation, life was created by God. God is the creator of life. So scientifically we cannot accept, right? All the life forms on earth have been created by the God. So all the life forms on earth is created by the God. This is what the belief we had at the initial days. But as we know that we believe on science, because so scientifically it cannot be accepted, so it was not accepted, and it also not explained the mechanism, so it was rejected. Next was theory of panspermia. So this also panspermia here refers to that. This was according to the Greek thinkers. Okay, Greek thinkers had an idea that they had believed that this life Okay, so life has originated. So they consider that life as a spore or seed has been transferred from other planets. Okay, so that seed-like structures or spore, it is called a spore. So they had thought that these units of life called spores or seeds were transferred to the different planets, including Earth. So, unit of life, what it is called as spore, has been transmitted from other planets, including Earth. So, this also not accepted. These ideas were not accepted because it could not explain the mechanism by which the life has origin. So, it is not, why it is not accepted reason is that it could not explain the mechanism by which panspermia survived in adverse conditions. So what is it? Panspermia, it states that the unit of life called spore has been transmitted from other planets. They don't know from which planet. From somewhere from other planet it is transmitted, including Earth. But it has not explained the mechanism of origin of life forms. So this also rejected. But here still now some people still believes on this theory of panspermia. But it was not at all accepted in the scientific way of point of view. Next theory is theory of spontaneous generation. This theory has two versions in that. It is theory of abiogenesis and another is theory of biogenesis. So this theory had two versions, that is theory of abiogenesis and theory of biogenesis. And theory of abiogenesis was proved by, it is supported by von Helmont. Okay, so it was proposed by von Helmont. According to him, life originated suddenly. Okay, so that's why it is known as spontaneously. Right, you know the meaning of spontaneous. So according to this theory, life has origin or life has evolved spontaneously from non-living things. Okay, it is according to this spontaneous generation. Life has origin from the non-living things spontaneously. So students, you may be thinking, why these theories are not at all of use, and we don't accept that, we don't study, but why we have to we are not accepting and we are not following, then why we have to study? You may be having doubts in your mind. But students, it is for the concern that this idea, whatever the initial ideas, what are the initial development has taken place in this field of evolution, we should not neglect. And we should also respect the idea of different scientists. These scientists are of different background and they are of different ideologies. So all the ideology must be accepted and has to be respected. So in that form, how the different steps by which that evolution theory has been arrived. So those, considering that point, we have to understand, we have to learn from a beginning what are the initial development took place in the field of evolution. So this is why we are studying now. So according to the theory of spontaneous generation, life originated in a sudden way, that is abiogenetically from non-living, decaying and rotting matter like mud and straw. So theory of abiogenesis states that life originated suddenly from non-living, decaying matter like mud and straw. And here is also shown with the evidence. Taking the cooked meal, okay, boiled meat, he has taken in a jar. In that, one is kept open without covering, and in other jar he has covered with a lid, Okay, so he understood that. Later he found that the larvae, the some insects larvae has been developed in this open jar, whereas it was not found on the closed jar. So by this he has supported that life has arose, or life has started to appear from the non-living decaying matters. Okay, so likewise they have also stated that what are the other evidences? Mice has aroused from the dirty hay, as well as flies arose from the rotting meat, and this experimentally it is proved, but but it is not accepted and later. Okay, so according to the theory of spontaneous generation, there is a two version is there. There is theory of abiogenesis, one version, and another version is theory of biogenesis. A theory of abiogenesis was proved by, or it is proposed by von Helmont. According to him, life originated suddenly from non-living decaying matter like mud and straw. For that, he has given an evidence, taking the cooked meat. Okay, so in this he can see the insect larvae developing, but here the meat was as such, there was no larvae. So showing that the life began from the non-living decaying matter. Okay, so this is also later it is also supported by some other scientists also, but later one more version of theory of spontaneous generation, it is theory of biogenesis. It is proposed by Louis Pasteur. This theory of biogenesis is proposed by Louis Pasteur, and he is just opposed this theory by saying that the life originated from pre-existing life. Okay, the previous theory stated that the life originated spontaneously, but it is not spontaneous. According to Louis Pasteur, he stated that life arose from pre-existing life. Okay, so that was his statement. So he has demonstrated that life comes only from the pre-existing life. He stated that life comes from pre-existing life. Yeah, comes only from, you must add that word. Life comes only from the pre-existing life. Okay, life comes only from the pre-existing life, and it is not spontaneously. Another version stated that it is spontaneous, but Louis Pasteur, he stated that it is not spontaneously. And his experiment also showed that he used a swan-necked flask. So he has used like this flask having the tube like this. Okay, so in that what he did means, one, he has bended, okay, and he made it in the form of bend form. That neck of the flask, it is not so important, so I'm not including all the diagrams. So here he has used a swan neck. This experiment is known as swan neck experiment. Let me write it. Swan neck experiment, and it is also called as Reddy's experiment, in which he has used a flask having the neck like this, and he has used yeast in that. Okay, he has used yeast in that. You know that yeast is a unicellular fungi. So he has added nutrient solution to that, and he has used two, like this, he has used two flasks, in which one was only this much was there, okay, and one was had a bend like this. So the flask which has opened like this, in which he can see the origin of some of the life. Okay, so it has supported the his view that life arises from the pre-existing life, because life existing arose only from the pre-existing life, and it is not spontaneously. So in his experiment, he showed that in the pre-sterilized flask, life did not come. Okay, but in another flask which is open to air, new living organisms arose from the killed yeast. Okay, so he has taken the killed yeast. Okay, one is pre-sterilized and another flask was non-sterilized. And in the non-sterilized flask, he could see the development of some of the yeast. Okay, so he could see that new organisms, okay, some of the organisms, maybe the flies or larvae has been arose from the non-sterilized flask, but not in the pre-sterilized flask. There was no organism. So this has supported that life exists only from the pre-existing life. So life did not come from the killed yeast, but the flask which is kept open to the air, from there he could see the development some of the organisms. So he understood that this shown as given evidence, or it has experimentally proved that life comes from the pre-existing life and it's not spontaneously. But this theory also not accepted. Why? Because it could not answer about the mode of formation of first form of life. Why these three theories also not accepted? Theory of spontaneous generation not accepted. Theory of panspermia is not accepted. Theory of spontaneous generation also not accepted, because it did not explain the mechanism of origin of first form of life. Our aim was to understand how the first form of life has origin. But these three theory also did not explain the mechanism of origin of first form of life. So it was not accepted. So here you can see boiling. What happens in the boiled one? What happens once, if it is, he has used the boiled, right? His killed yeast. So once we boil that, no organisms can arise, right? So this boiling